Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nerd Sanctuary. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the safety of your nerddom. And remember, please hit that like button and subscribe. All right, guys. Today we're going to be looking at the April 4th workshop Heroes of Ikoria event. Basically, what we're going to do is just look through the decks, do a quick deck inspection, see what we think is going to work the best, then play probably all of them, and until we figure out which one's best and which one you guys should play to get your win. That's basically all we're going to do. Should be pretty quick and easy. We'll see. All right, first deck is Cycling. So basically for Ikoria Draft, and that's what these look like, they're 40-card decks. They are pretty much just draft commons with probably one good mythic. Or rare. But we're going to look at the deck and see how many payoffs it has, because in Ikoria Draft you really need the payoffs. So that's really going to be the important bit that defines each deck. And if they're all kind of the same, then we'll just start at the beginning. So let's look for the payoffs. We have a Dranith Healer, which I don't consider a payoff. Valiant Rescuer, that's very good. That's one. Thundermane, yep, that's another one. So basically we're looking for the cards that want to make us in this deck, right? So all the cycling cards that actually make the deck work. So Marmoset, that's another one, that's 3. Reflection, that's 4. Wynota, we'll have to double check to make sure we have all the right things. Okay, so basically we have 4 payoffs. I'm not happy about that in my drafts, but maybe if they're all very similar, then maybe it would work. Let's see how many actual cyclers we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 4 payoffs and 7 cyclers, for like engine cards for the cyclers. That's not good at all. All right, let's see how many humans we have for Wynota and how many non-humans we have to trigger Wynota. Because she says, whenever a non-human creature you control attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put a human creature card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Put the rest of the cards on the bottom of your library in a random order. So basically, you play this, attack with all your non-humans the turn she comes out, and they all turn it into humans that are tapped, attacking, and indestructible. So it's good stuff, but we need to see if we have enough payoffs. So 1, 2, counting humans right now, 3, 4, 5. 5. Can't count her because she has to be in play. So 5 hits off of Wynota. Ooh boy. That's not bad, but let's see what we have to attack with. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I mean, that's not bad. 8 to 5. Okay, so Wynota is not that bad, but not good either. All right, let's look at the other decks. I'm not impressed with this deck. All right, Sultai Mutate. So, first of all, and notably, this deck's mana is worse. Right, the last deck was just red-white. This one has 3 colors with only 1 jungle hollow. There is a Migratory Greathorn, Humble Naturalist, and I guess Skull Prophet, but not really. Oh boy. So the mana in this could be real rough. But it does looks like it's only splashing 2 blue spells, so that's good. And they're both just 1 blue. So that's a little bit less than where I like to be, but all right. So let's look at the payoffs here. Well, we have an Extinction Event. That's a good card. It's one of the better cards in the limited format. We also have a Blood Curdle, which is good to note. The other deck had very little removal. All right, so good payoff. Auspicious Starix, Archipelagor, and Chittering Harvester. Those aren't bad. a lot of like reanimate type effects where you want to get them back to your hand. I'm not sure how thrilled I am with that mixture here. And there's not a whole lot else here. I do like the rare better here. Extinction event over Wynota. Oof. This deck does look better than the red-white deck, in my opinion. Not much, though. There's a lot of weird stuff going on here, and the removal... Well, it's only got 2 removal spells, so... I suppose if in a format where there's very little removal, this is kind of where I want to be, where I have flyers and big dudes. So, let's look at the last deck, spells. Alright, this is one of my favorite decks in the limited format. We need to count the spells matter payoffs here. So... Zero. Oh, 1. 2. 3. Okay. So far, this is my favorite of the rares that are displayed in these decks. Shark Typhoon is just bonkers good. Worst case scenario, you just get a decent sized flyer. Best case scenario, all of these spells end up turning into chump blockers or lethal flyers. So I think based on the power of Shark Typhoon, we might start with this deck. Though I am not thrilled with any of these. The Ominous Seas is good, but it doesn't seem to have too much draw. We have 1 of 1 mind. We have a Cathartic Reunion, a little bit of cycling, a Keepsafe, which I imagine is going to be quite horrible with only 1 removal spell in each deck, basically, on average. And we are only running 16 lands here. But, I mean, this is more like a 3-drop in this deck, and this can be anywhere along the line. So let's go ahead and start with this deck and see where we end up. Alright, so we're jumping right into the game here with blue-red. This hand is just horrible. We're going to mulligan that. We can't really do anything. You don't want to be discarding your good stuff to catch back up. We saw how many removal spells each deck has. I think Keepsafe is just kind of bad right now. It basically guards against 1 card from each deck. So we'll get rid of that. Looks like we're playing against the Mutate deck, the Sultai Mutate, which I think is the best deck. Unless this deck can find a payoff. So basically what we need to do is get down to 6, survive till we get to 6 mana. And if that's the case, we're going to cycle this Reconnaissance and then keep up Neutralize and see what we can do with that. Skull Prophet this early is really good for this deck, though. Yep. Because of stuff like that. Yeah, that was all. Essence Scatter would not go amiss in this deck. Okay. Land is good. Pass, just like we said. So I'm basically going to counter pretty much anything here. I don't want to be sitting here taking 7 a turn, keeping up neutralize. So we definitely need to do something with ourselves here. That's a great thing for us to counter. He's only got 1 of those and 1 Archipelagor. So great to have that gone. Plus this also saves us 3 damage because he tapped his Skull Prophet to cast it. Notably, though, he does have, 3 removals or 3 reanimate, 4 spells that get this back from the grave, either to hand or back to the battlefield. So we do have to be careful about that too. But we just couldn't let that resolve either way. Oh my gosh. Okay. Gonna draw some cards here. Okay. we are in trouble by the big creature deck. Kind of like what I predicted. Wasn't sure if there was going to be enough creatures to make that work, but definitely seems like it. Yep. We got a 9. Not doing good. Okay, so we can make a 3/3 here with Shark Typhoon. Make a 2/2 with counter on it. That might be what we have to do. Either way, I think we're just passing the turn here, keeping on Mystic Subdual and such. Hopefully we did it to land there. Sure really what he's thinking about. There's too much for him to play around at this point, so he just kind of has to go for it and see what happens. As expected, if he's got the menace thing, we are toast. But not much we can do about that. Make sure we keep a red up. Okay, we're gonna go to blocks. We're going to go to blocks. There we go. And do the first strike. Down to 2. I don't know what we can draw here, but I'm trying to give us the most outs. Yeah, we're pretty dead. All right, so we Mystic Subdual. He has a 2/6. Just we don't have a whole lot of mana here. If I Cathartic Reunion, I don't have enough for our fight spell. Even if we drew that, it wouldn't do enough. Playing a 6/4 with First Strike doesn't do anything. All he has to do is attack, and we're dead. Playing Subdual plus this thing is our only thing. It's the only thing we can do. So I guess that's what we do. Play a 1/3. And we just do this now so he doesn't get any triggers. Oh no, that doesn't do anything because we're just dead. So, alright. That deck felt exactly like WoW I thought it would. If you don't draw your payoffs, you just can't win. So let's try this Mutate deck. Seems to have more payoffs, as in just creatures that are bigger than your opponents. So let's try that, I guess. That's my expert analysis. Creatures win Magic games. I know you guys come here for the extraordinary intelligence that is being spit at you. Uh-huh. Man, why can't my opponents have any of these bad hands? Oh, okay. There we go. So we'll just ditch a forest here, or I'm sorry, a swamp here, and this hand should be great. And we're on the play. Let's see, there's red. No, so I can't. If I had an island, I could have left which deck I was on, but then I couldn't cast the Skull Prophet. So, all right, so he's on either deck. Okay, cycling it is. With haste. Most likely we're just going to try and land this Boneyard Lurker next turn. As it is big dude. Sure. Nothing changed with that draw. Remember, we can't Migratory Greathorn mutate onto Skull Prophet, as it is a human. So... 3/3. Underneath, we want the big guy. Even though that deck does have 2 of the destroy target 4 or greater, I think it's worth it. We'll just get our splash color here. Go sideways. Sounds good. So if we draw a land next time, okay, so there's the Blade Banish, as predicted. So we're probably just gonna Survival's Bond here if we don't draw a land and replay our Skull Prophet. And we will block with it, since it is not a non-human. Hoping to draw a land here. Sure. I will absolutely block. And he goes 23. Alright, there's our land. Let's play a dude. This dude. And he does only have 2 Blade Banishes in the deck, so if we get it out here, then that's great. We'll hopefully draw a land, play the skittering thing. If not, we have a 3-2. 3-1, sorry. And that's fine too. So we're in an okay position. Oh, Menace is good. Except he doesn't get Menace, right? Alright, there's a land. We're gonna make him sack some stuff. Pure Reinforcements is fine. Discard a card and sack a creature, please. We'll play a land, get life, and get in there for unblockable play. His attack's a little dangerous if he does draw a Cycler, which he did, but he played a 5/5 anyway. Sure. So we're doing all right. Yeah, if we draw nothing here, we just play Skull Prophet. Remember, we only have 2 pieces of removal. Lots of reanimates, though, that are removable, but not for that. Gonna give it haste. Get in there for 1. Seems good. It's almighty. Alright. No good attacks there. No reason to play our land. We will if we draw another one, but that's about it. We'll take 1. Alright, I would appreciate drawing a good spell. So we are going to play land here. Now we can pump this Brushwag twice. But that kind of puts us dead to a Cycler. So we still have to pass the turn, unfortunately. not a cycler, at least. We whiff again on draws while we're in trouble. Sure. Just need like an archipelago or something like that. Yeah, okay. We're dead. Not even bothering wasting my time on that. Alright, well, those were bad draws. Let's try that one again. The deck felt fine. We just drew way too many lands. All in a row there at the end. This hand's okay. I guess I could have paid attention to what sleeves everybody was on. I'm assuming this is the spells deck. Still don't know. So we have no non-human in our hand, so let's hope we draw one of those. Okay, now we do know he's on spells. I know some of our creatures had trample, but I feel kind of bad about playing that. And this is a sorcery. Couldn't have given us any of the good removal, which I understand. I'm going to play this out just as an attacker, and then just put pressure on him, force him kind of to have to deal with it. And if he does, then we can bring it back. We're going to kill him. Alright, good news is we can do both. So we will target a creature or something. Do that one. Reveal this. Wait, do I want to reveal that? Target creature. Card's power. Boom. This one. We're going to play this one, so we'll reveal this one. Basically, that's going to go. A little bit of luck. Scared me. I thought I didn't even attack. Alright, well, we still have no non-human. But next turn we can play the Starix. Alright, pitch 2 spells. As we found out with that deck, it's not really where you want to be. We're going to get in there with just that. Play 6/6. Essence Scatter. Nice. Wish I ever found an Essence Scatter. I'm salty over it. Wow. Drawn 2 out of the 3 things. Payoffs. So we could mill ourselves here, but I don't think that's necessary since we already have the best possibles for the this thing. Reanimate here. So now we have a 6/6 with lifelink. So I probably should have attacked first. I'm going to attack with both. We're good on our mana, and if he blocks here, it will take away his protection from sacrificing a creature. So that feels good. Unless he gives it first strike. Pitching a card. So as long as we dodge the Typhoon, Shark Typhoon, I think we're okay. Pitch in a spell. Overall, that's good for us. Found the Captain Sphere, okay. Yeah, we take 3. He is running out of time. Oh, there's Archipelagor. So this is a pretty good matchup. I think these are the 2 most powerful decks, and we get to see if a good draw from them beats a good draw from us, right? So, I mean, his draw has been insane. So, compared to what we saw when we played. Oh, that's a good boy. Still keeping the guy in our hand, so this is going to be for 5. Notably, this is lethal if he can't deal with it and doesn't have a blocker or what. No, that ain't gonna do it. He can't attack or he dies. Okay, he didn't. Bummer, we don't have enough to do all of the things. So this onto here. We're gonna go over. We get the counters from Ivy Elemental. It's a 9/11. He sacks his dude. He's tapped out. We kill him. Okay, so I've come to a very swift conclusion that if you intend to win this event, the workshop Heroes of Ikoria on today, the 4th of April, then I would go with the Sultai Mutate deck. Basically, let's go over like our findings. The red-white decks payoffs were too hard to find in time for them to be effective. In order to find them, you had to start using all of your cycling, and then you didn't have enough cycling. So the deck felt really bad. The blue-red spells deck, I think, is much better than the Boros deck, obviously. But it has a similar problem of trying to find its good stuff. And if you deal with their good stuff, then they're not doing a whole lot. We saw the best draw out of it in our winning game. So basically, I mean, he had the Shark Typhoon, he had Clash of Titans, he had the Wolverine, the Spell Eater Wolverine, and the Ceratops. So he had 3 out of the 4 real good cards in his deck. 4 out of 5 of the real good cards in his deck, basically. And we were able to beat him. Not easily, but we did beat him. So basically, what it comes down to is very simple. If there isn't a whole lot of synergy in your deck, which the other 2 decks don't have, you want to have creatures, and you want to turn them sideways, and that's that. This also has the best removal spell / wrath in all the decks, so I really feel like this is the deck to pick in this event. I really hope that helps you guys out a lot. That's it for me. You guys take it easy. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay safe out there.